She has brought millions. I wouldn't be surprised if it's billions of eyes onto the W and onto women's sports. She is a Kobe Bryant, and that's how Diana was. That's how Sue was. Like, we've had these types of people, but this is just bigger because the media platform is bigger than it ever has been. I don't have an ego, so I'm able to just tell the truth. Like, if it was someone else, I'd be like, yeah, like Angel Reese, she's also brought millions of fans. You know what I mean? I think Caitlyn has brought way more, but I also think she has too. Like, I'm just not naive, and I might be blonde, but I'm not fucking dumb. People who say I'm clout chaser, no, I'm just being honest about why the league is where it is at. Give the girls the flowers, like, give it to them. They deserve it.
The truth is finally spilling out, and it's coming from someone who's never been afraid to call it exactly how she sees it. Sophie Cunningham has had enough of watching the WNBA disrespect the very player who dragged the league out of irrelevance, and this time she's not pulling any punches. What makes her defense of Caitlin Clark so powerful isn't just what she's saying, it's who is saying it. Sophie's been sounding this alarm long before it became fashionable, and now the rest of the league...
Cunningham, if it wasn't for Sophie Cunningham's podcast, I never would have had this eureka moment. Sophie Cunningham came to the Indiana Fever in the offseason. She's been taking full advantage of every opportunity she's got. An opportunity on the court, ballin'. An opportunity to protect Caitlin Clark, did that. Off the court, endorsement deals. Off the court, advertisers are falling in love with her. We got Colin Cowherd saying, hey, Sophie, you want your own podcast? Sophie Cunningham says, sure, I'll take my own podcast. And what has Sophie Cunningham been doing on this podcast? Letting us in on some secrets? Yeah, love that. Pulling back the curtain on some time? Yeah, love that too.
This isn't some Johnny-come-lately chasing clout on the Caitlin Clark bandwagon. This is Sophie Cunningham, the same player who was praising Clark while her own Phoenix Mercury teammates were busy plotting against her in the locker room. The same woman who saw the Caitlin Clark effect before anyone else in the WNBA had the courage or the intelligence to admit what was happening right in front of their faces.
Why does everybody hate Caitlin Clark? And do you hate Caitlin Clark? Come on, talk
dude.
to me.
Absolutely not. I think that she's a gem. I didn't know her, but All-Star Weekend, we kind of bantered back and forth a little bit. And she's lovely. She has a lot of pressure on her shoulders. And I think a lot of people always have a lot to say with people they don't even know or shoes they've never been in. And for me, I think she's handling the pressure very well. She's doing a lot of great things for women's basketball. And I'm a fan. Like, I would love.
If you're enjoying this, make sure to subscribe. Because while other WNBA players were busy ranking Caitlin Clark as just the 9th best point guard in the league, Sophie Cunningham was already calling her a gem and even saying she'd love to play alongside her. And this wasn't after Clark had silenced all doubt, after the ratings spiked, or after attendance records were shattered. No. Sophie was saying it when Clark was still being targeted by salty veterans who couldn't handle the spotlight she was shining on their struggling league.
Ultimately, when you see all this vitriol of people who cannot stand her, it's like, okay, well, what has she done wrong? Yeah, she's a great basketball player, so you might not think it's fair that she's the face of the league, and that's understandable because there have been fantastic players in the WNBA for a long time. But Caitlin didn't disparage them. She just came in and kind of changed the game with her style. So I think it's one of those things where you have to say, okay, maybe I don't think it's fair based on the previous women who have been in this league, but it's not Caitlin's fault. All she's done is elevate the game for all of us. And I think instead of being pissed off about that, you should be appreciative of that and say, maybe it's not fair, but it's not your fault.
And I get other players, like they've worked hard and they've worked to build this league up over their time, and all of a sudden this young player comes in and now all the attention is on her. And
if you're enjoying this, make sure to subscribe. Because while other WNBA players were busy ranking Caitlin Clark as just the 9th best point guard in the league, Sophie Cunningham was already calling her a gem and even saying she'd love to play alongside her. And this wasn't after Clark had silenced all doubt, after the ratings spiked, or after attendance records were shattered. No. Sophie was saying it when Clark was still being...
But time and time again, Sophie Cunningham has repeatedly been calling out the officiating. And what's one thing the WNBA holds over these players' heads? Ooh, I'm going to fine you. Ooh, if you call out the officiating, I'm going to fine you. The players say, no, I can't afford that. So they They keep it all hush-hush. But Sophie Cunningham, she's sitting on a pile of money. So when Kathy Engelbert hears her say something about the referees, Kathy says, here's a fine. And Sophie says, okay, here's payment.
Here's what separates Sophie from the rest of the league. She understands business. She gets that when Caitlin Clark's games pull in 2.7 million viewers, the most watched WNBA broadcast in 25 years. You don't tear that down. You protect it. You build around it. You recognize that this is bigger than basketball. This is about the survival and growth of women's professional sports itself.
So the Fever saw it coming. They went and got Sophie Cunningham, 6-year-old black belt. This is what the Bulls did with Charles Oakley to protect Michael Jordan. And I said this last year several times. The WNBA is not a vertical league. Their players can't jump over each other to score like the NBA. It's a horizontal chippy league. And you didn't watch the NBA for the last 10 to 12 years. It has always been physical and always been chippy. You get into a lot of collisions because there's no Ja Morant here. There's no Ant Edwards. They don't jump over. It's a horizontal physical league. And in Caitlin Clark now is like kerosene to the physicality flame. So you have physicality in this league, and now you get this flashy player, and they don't know how to officiate her. They don't know how to defend.
When Sophie Cunningham joined the Indiana Fever in 2025, she made her position crystal clear. She has changed our game in the best possible way, and every way. I want her to go do her thing, and anything she needs from me, I'm going to be here. That wasn't PR polish or media training. It was genuine recognition from someone who knows what it looks like when a league is gifted a generational talent. But the most damning revelation came when Sophie exposed what was really happening behind closed doors during Clark's rookie season. Even when I wasn't on her team, I know the talks Phoenix had in their locker room, like, we're going to show her what the W really is. Cunningham revealed on her podcast. This wasn't just competitive fire. This was coordinated targeting of a player whose only crime was being too good, too fast, and shining too much attention on a league that clearly wasn't ready to handle success.
Success.
I mean, she has changed our game in the best possible way in every way. And so just to be alongside of her and maybe relieve the pressure, being able to shoot and spread the court for her to go do her thing. She's still young, and I think that I've been taken under, Diana took me under her wing, and I've learned a lot from her, and now I hope to kind of do the same for Caitlin if she wants it. I just think the relationship piece is huge, and when you're trying to do something great, it takes everybody. And so I want her to go do her thing, and anything she needs from me, I'm going to be here. But again, I think that just the competitor that I am, I'm fierce, I'm sassy, I stick up for my teammates, I stick up for myself.